What's up, peeps? WWE Raw, April 28th, 2025. Let's talk about it. Cool Boy Wrestling 101 with another one. Okay, it started off with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman going back and forth on the mic against Sami Zayn. At first, I was kind of confused. I'm like, what could Sami Zayn, say when he comes out here? Like, what is he going to say? He talked about how Seth Rollins' new faction is kind of like similar to the Bloodline. And he says that, he just feels like he's just trying to go after that same success. He said, it's all similar and all that. Seth Rollins got upset. And Seth was like, okay, I'm going to make a deal with you. He was trying to make a deal. He said, he sees that Sami Zayn's really not buying into Seth Rollins' new group. And so he wants Sami Zayn to get moved to SmackDown. He wants him to get moved to SmackDown so that way he doesn't have to deal with the new group. He said because if Sami is not with Seth Rollins and his new group, then he's against Seth Rollins and his new group. And Seth Rollins and his new group is going to go after Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's going to be their next target. Seth Rollins said, either stay here and be with us or move to SmackDown and you'll be safe. But if you stay here and you're against us, you're the next target. Give me the decision by the end of the night. Paul Heyman was able to apparently pull some strings, as they like to say, and he added a stipulation that if Sami moves to SmackDown, he gets to go up against the winner of Randy Orton versus John Cena at Backlash. He gets to go up against that winner if he moves to SmackDown. So you see, it's a good opportunity at the same time. You see the position that they're going for here. Because he said, if you don't, Braun Breaker wants to fight you tonight. It's a deep storyline. But moving on, Logan Paul and Jey Uso had some words with each other on the mic, which I actually didn't even get to see at all. I got caught off guard. I was around the house doing some stuff, and I came upstairs, and I was like, oh, Logan Paul and Jey Uso's on. I didn't even realize that, which ended with Jey Uso super kicking Logan Paul in the face. But that was not it for this storyline before the end of the night. We'll get to that later. Moving on to Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch talked about Lyra Valkyria and, that whole situation and why did she even need a replacement tag partner anyway? Because Bayley got injured, right? Becky Lynch revealed that she was the one who attacked Bayley. She just admitted it. She said she's the one that made Lyra worth something and all this. She started talking like that. Lyra Valkyria actually comes out there and they have a few words. Then Becky starts going crazy and starts screaming. She starts getting upset. And Becky Lynch gets drop kicked in the face by Lyra. And Lyra is getting ready to bring the fight to Becky until she scrambles away and runs out through the side door. But while Lyra is celebrating, Becky Lynch comes back through the front and attacks her again from behind. Yes, Becky Lynch versus Lyra. And they were talking about how, this can be a match at Backlash. I hope it happens. I really hope it happens. Lyra against the veteran Becky Lynch at Backlash. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. It was a good way to end the storyline this week. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn were talking about, like his decision. Jey Uso was trying to like let him know that he was there for him. And then when Sami left off, to continue thinking about the decision that he's going to make, Jey Uso was still standing there and off from the side of the camera, bow! Logan Paul, knockout punch, knocking out Jey Uso. Yes, the storyline. Logan Paul is like, I'm not just taking that super kick and that's it. I'm coming back for you. And he definitely did. He came back in the biggest way possible, hitting that signature punch. This is the next feud, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's a good one. I think it's gonna be a good one, man. I think it's gonna be good. I'm gonna be honest with you because I was just chilling back and I was just like watching it, like halfway like relaxed, and then all of a sudden, pow, through the camera. Like it kind of startled me to be honest. You know how it is. But this was a good way to end this storyline for the week. It was stated that Gunther was suspended, for last week attacking Pat McAfee and all of that, and also fined. Pat McAfee said that he didn't like that Gunther was suspended. He was trying to get Nick Aldis to lift the suspension because Nick Aldis was actually in control of Raw tonight. He was trying to get him to lift the suspension, and he wanted to be able to go after Gunther whenever he wants. And Nick Aldis said, "This is the one deal I'll make. I'll lift his suspension at Backlash, and then there you can have a match against him." And that was just a good way to end the show. Well, not to end the show, but to end this storyline for the week. I mean, it's funny because just last week I was thinking about Pat McAfee, and how he's had some matches in the past, and here we are again. And sometimes it seems like um, these storylines start to come back up. Like if I start thinking about it or like bring it up in my videos, it seems like it comes back up. It's weird. But yeah, this is gonna be good. I mean, it's almost obvious that Pat McAfee's gonna lose, but it's still gonna be interesting to see what they do with it. Sami Zayn, it's time for the decision. Is he going to move to SmackDown and, have that title match? Or is he going to stay on Raw and face, whatever Seth Rollins' new faction has to offer? Sami Zayn, he talked about how he's never held a world title. And he's talking about how Seth Rollins is using that right now to his advantage by trying to get him to go to SmackDown. In the end, Sami Zayn turned down Seth Rollins' offer. And I promise you, like seconds, like 2, 3 seconds later, Braun Breaker came out there. Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman. It's like they were already waiting for if Sami Zayn said no. They came out there. Sami Zayn didn't even have a chance to like get into his wrestling gear. He had a match right then and there, going up against Braun. And a few minutes went by, and after a few minutes, it was over. Braun Breaker started to hit spears, a spear, and then another spear. And then after that, then they had to come check on Sami Zayn. And then he ran all the way around the ring. You know how Braun does, goes all the way around the ring. Seth Rollins gave him the signal to, and then spear again. And then they had to just stop the match because it was too much. Sami Zayn was too weak after all those spears. And it's funny because the mom was like, "Well, what about Jey Uso? Maybe he'll come out there." I'm like, "Remember, Jey Uso got hit with the knockout punch earlier from Logan Paul." You see how all these storylines start meshing together, and it's so good. Everything's covered. It's just good stuff. But in the end, Seth Rollins was able to hit the stomp on Sami Zayn to end the show. And yes, this faction stands tall again. Seth Rollins has been standing tall at the end of every show lately. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. That's it for this video, peeps. Peace out, peeps.